What's up, y'all? It's your boy, the Amazing King, coming to you live in the color, bringing that oh so amazing touch. And I want to welcome you back to the Get Ready For It podcast, season 2. I'm back in the thing with one of my favorite co-hosts, my boy.
Up jumps the boogie. It's your boy KP. What's going on, y'all?
I'm glad to see you back in the building. You know, we had a rough, last couple of episodes with you. Your spirit was down. He didn't have a haircut, you guys. That's what I'm referring to. But he has one now. The edges are sharp. And now I don't have a haircut. Anyway, I know you guys are waiting to hear Savage XL bringing that X and that L, but unfortunately he's not here at the time. We replaced him with somebody better, an empty seat. But we got my special guest, my girl, one of my great friends. She's like family. My girl Shunda. What's up?
Yup.
Right, really? Yep. That's all we get.
Oh, country ass. Anyway, guys, we're coming together. We're going to talk about something I could consider to be called the cycle of life. We're going to go through a few questions. I'm already messing up, guys. I'm trying my best. By season 18, I will have it together. But right now, it is what it is. So we're going to start off with our topic today. First question I have for the group is, should you still be friends with your exes? Shonda, let me ask you first. Do you think you should be friends with your exes?
Me personally, I prefer not to. If I'm done with you, I'm just done with you. I prefer not to keep that friendship rolling. I think it's something that when we're done, we're done.
Darius? I had a moment in my train. I was thinking about something. KP?
So before we get started, this fool sent me the topics. He was supposed to spell psycho. This motherfucker sent me cycle like a bicycle.
But no, it's supposed to be cycle of life. I would listen to the Lion King Circle of Life. What'd I put? Cycle of life. I spelled it right.
But in the movie, it's circle of life. So either way.
It is. People, I tried my best. I was just trying to be proactive,
Anyway, should you be friends with your ex? I'm going to say no. I wouldn't go that route.
I'm going to say, if you still getting that, you can be friends with your exes now. You feel me?
I mean, but that's kind of past friends.
What
though,
does that do?
That's like benefits.
Yeah, that's like yeah.
Oh, so you exes with benefits,
right?
I mean, we have a mutual agreement that you're allowed to do this and that and stuff like that, but we're just not.
Just don't talk to me in public. That's all it is, pretty much.
Don't like my post on Facebook and Instagram, basically.
You're not following me on social media.
Oh damn, we exes though. So I was at some point. You gotta block a nigga.
Right.
That's crazy.
But then when it's time to get down, you ain't blocking me from getting that thing.
Hey, you talking about right?
I see you.
Number.
Or it could be that situation where you just send that one text to me like it's time, and they know what it is, and that's it. That's all the communication you have.
That's true. That's true.
I couldn't do that. You're gonna have to talk to me.
Right. Fuck that.
What you ate today?
You finna earn this dick.
What the hell you talking about? Yeah, we exes, but you finna talk to me.
You might ask for a reason.
Tell me about that nigga you don't like right now.
Right, we finna play
complain
cards
about
or something.
him. Yeah,
Fuck
Uno,
outta
go
here.
fish.
Dominoes or something, bitch. You finna. You gotta work up. You gotta. You gotta warm this shit up.
For real. We just can't be out here just fucking like that without feel me?
Nah, baby. I'm old school. It's a box Chevy right here. You gotta let me warm up, press the gas a little bit before you pull off. Now,
you finna swipe your card for me and buy me some Chick-fil-A. I don't give a fuck you talking about, cuz.
Or we can just skip to the chase and as soon as I walk through the door, you got my 4 for 4.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
We have an understanding.
Yeah,
That's what I believe.
And that's why I don't understand it, so I can't. Me myself, I can't do it.
Dang, that's crazy.
I've done it before. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, when you break up, do you believe that the family is off limits? That means that, when you break up with somebody, you're not allowed to talk to your mama or remain friends, any of that. How do you guys feel about that? Listen, your mama used to give me banana pudding every Wednesday. I'm going to say, hey, the hell wrong with you? I'm speaking to you.
I don't know. It depends. Like I'm very big on respect, especially like when it comes to parents and stuff. Right. So like I don't care how bad our falling out was. If your mama still like me and if your parents like me enough to still will speak to me, I definitely still speak to them, like hands down.
I would speak, but as far as like going to family functions and stuff.
Oh nah, yeah, we broke up. Yeah,
because mama gonna always say, "Can you get back with my daughter? We miss you as a family."
But at the end of the day, you probably there, and that person have moved on, and you just there, so it ain't even no point. I'm good on that too.
Yes, that's a lot.
Yeah, I speak as far as like being cordial. If I see you, I'm definitely gonna speak. But
yeah, like coming to your house after we broke up, like that's on some like I don't even know, bro. Like that's deep.
To me, it's stalkerish. Like just let it go. Let that.
No, but the crazy part is I know people like, well, I would say like my brother, like he and his like ex, like they had a good relationship. Like him and her parents, they had like a good relationship. So like even like when him and the girl wasn't together, like he would still be at their house like doing Bible study and shit like that. And it's just like,
as far as like, but if she in a new relationship, don't that make it awkward? No.
Okay. I can't answer that question. I'm just telling you from what I know. But
right,
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Do you guys typically, before you break up with your ex, are there typically red flags that you typically see?
Hell yeah.
I mean, everything becomes a red flag at that point because you get ready to break up with her, so everything gonna be like,
right, like what?
Motherfucker.
Would they brush their teeth?
Bitch, a nigga.
He putting his socks on wrong.
You know you supposed to go left foot then right foot. This motherfucker.
Goddamn, why you let the goddamn light in the refrigerator on?
Look at this
Turn
motherfucker.
that goddamn TV off.
Motherfucker just walk around here breathing. Get on my goddamn nerves.
My
right
damn
now.
nerves.
You know,
I can't stand his ass.
You're done.
Are you
right
blinking
now.
again? See, that's that shit. See, my mama told me about y'all motherfuckers that blink too much.
I want the L on 65, not 66. You
Right.
gotta go now. You in that damn
Today
dog.
and tomorrow. Take all
Nigga,
your
you
shit.
eating again?
Yeah, for real.
You hungry again?
There's always red flags before
Everything.
the
It is
breakup
definitely
ends. And,
red
you know,
flags.
some people some people we may avoid those red flags, and then it ends up in destruction. We're not going to talk about that anyway. Moving on to the next question.
He might have been talking about himself.
I was.
I was lost.
The last ex you had, was the breakup ugly?
I've been married for like, damn, that's like high school.
While he thinking about it, Shunda, was the breakup messy? Was it destructive? There's a lot going on.
I mean, I'm more so the type, I try not to be, messy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just, if we done it, I'm over it.
And
It is what it is.
Yeah.
If it couldn't work out, hey, maybe next time.
I don't know. I was a very toxic person.
I'm not going to say I'm not toxic. Now, I'm an Aries. We definitely, we up there, but.
Okay, probably not even toxic, but I've done a lot of fucked up shit. So I don't know.
I think the goal is for it to always end smooth.
Yeah, of course.
Without
That's the
any,
goal.
but I don't feel like it ever works like that 100%. There's always something that goes on. You end up either arguing or selling out on your parents and stuff like that. And with them ugly behind kids anyway. It's stuff like that. So
That all comes with maturity, though.
Yeah.
It's a
Ooh,
maturity
I know some
level.
people older than me that they ain't got that.
I'm not saying I'm
ever.
mature. I just said it comes with maturity.
They call it petty now.
Right.
Because
That part.
that level is very high there. My last situation, ended in so well. Fireworks and bulletproof vests and bombs.
Next question. If the sky is blue, do you slap that nigga?
Okay. We're gonna go. Okay, let's move out this whole
Please,
domain.
can we for this motherfucker have a goddamn relapse around this bitch? Wait a minute. Hell nah.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about the single life for a little bit. After you break up with your ex, you in that single life, in that, hey, we in that turkey, eating every ass you can eat. What are some things you should get out of your system while you're single? One, having sex with people you do not know. Okay. Spending money on only you.
Yeah.
True.
Having sex with random people, protection. If you get to know them a little bit more, then get tested. Then you have that unprotected sex. You shooting up the whole club. KP, when you're single, what are some things you should get out of your system?
Like I'm confused. Like before you get into another relationship.
Yeah, like while you're single, they always say, you're single. You should do single like things. You shouldn't try to get into a relationship. You should focus on being single.
I don't know, because I've always been like one of those people that's like you said, random. I ain't gonna say random people,
right?
Like it's just like, yeah, I I gotta.
No, it meant to be random, but then he's like, "What's your name? What's your last name? What's your favorite color?"
Yeah, I can't.
Right.
I'm not that guy, so I can't really say that. But I mean, I feel you though. Yeah, go on, goddamn. You want to go out here and eat ass for the first time?
Do that.
Who am I to stop you? My nigga?
Right.
Go ahead, live your best life. I mean, yeah, same thing. I kind of piggyback off what you said.
What about you, Shunda?
I definitely agree. I feel like when you're single, you should definitely get it all out your system before you get into another relationship, and then that's when stuff goes, south. So if you're single, definitely
Right.
mingle, date. There's
Thank you.
nothing wrong with dating at
Because
all.
if you don't experience being single, how can you experience being with somebody? If that makes any sense, which I don't know if it did or not, but I tried my best.
I mean, sometimes the relationship could bring like the best out of you too, though. Like, I mean, even if it's like, yeah, you single, blah blah blah, but you might meet that one person that show your ass a whole bunch of shit, and then I don't know where I was going with that.
You made a statement.
Just saying.
You ended a statement with a period or a comma. Anyway, do you think that single people like being single?
Nope.
I say no.
I beg to differ.
Nah.
Tell us why, Shunda.
As far as like being single, for me, when I'm single, it's like no burden. I don't have nothing to worry about but me and my child. That's it. I don't have to worry about your feelings. I could just do whatever I want to do. So for me, being single is not, to me, it's not that bad.
I feel like it's you have moments. So like, yeah, like you said, you ain't got nobody to worry about, but then you gonna want somebody to worry about. You gonna want some feelings to give a fuck about it at some point.
You get tired of laying in bed alone.
Sometimes
Having the access to another human being is magical.
Again, me myself.
But
personally,
when you single, you have
Oh no, the fuck y'all niggas talking about. But I'm over here living, bitch.
When you single, you do have access to your hands. My
hands ain't going nowhere, so I got access 24/7.
Bertha and Roseanne ain't never did me wrong. You understand me?
Patricia and Pamela, goddamn, get it done.
We should name our hands Black Hands, Shaquika and Bonisha.
Man.
Okay, y'all done always came through since '92.
Oh my gosh.
That man need help, bro.
Oh,
Oh God.
What are the consequences of being single? Sadness, loneliness, nobody to talk to while you're making food.
Can somebody else? Oh, God damn that. I got dark quick as fuck.
Right, yeah, no, I don't know. I have my own fun. I turn on my music, drink my little drink. So I have my own fun. It don't take nobody to. I'll do whatever I want to do by myself. I don't want to
picture you doing that for 3-4 years.
See, I can't picture that because by then, I don't be done got somebody by then, so I can't picture it that long. But for a little while, I'm good. I'm good for a little while.
Well, I'm married, so.
Right. Facts.
I don't.
Like I said, loneliness. Nobody to spend no money on, nobody to cook for, nobody to read to.
For everybody that's listening, King is available. Okay, we are taking all applications from all aspects of life.
All aspects.
We do not judge. Okay, we are here.
I prefer Oriental.
He lying. The first time you come incorrect, I can't do this shit. I'm going back to the black side. I'm just letting y'all know. Ain't nothing wrong with the Orientals out there. Please apply. But I'm just saying, sisters.
Yes, because I'm willing to give you a try. You understand me here, play? Listen. The melanin been doing me wrong over the years.
To all the black people out there,
dark melanin.
Go ahead and put in that application.
I'm with him when he right, though. I'm kind of juggling dating outside my race, too.
Nah, yeah. I can't say that again.
Let's just, I would, listen, hold on.
I'm not opposed
I'm going Oriental, Asian.
I ain't doing that.
Spanish. Now, when you go to that European Caucasian, that's where my dilemma has come. But I'm not going to not say I ain't tried. It's just different. It's different. It's just different.
I ain't never been there, so, it's worth the try.
You should experience just one time. Just one time, just say, yeah, you did it.
That's true.
I've been there. I came back.
Right.
For my reasons, because I was crazy over that, man. Chains and whips and just crosses and stuff like that. It's a lot going on over there. That
don't sound like a bad time.
Seems like stuff like that.
Sounds scary.
out of my element. Look, long as you don't try to goddamn fondle with my ass, I'm alright.
This nigga crazy.
I'm just saying, you can do whatever you want to leave my ass alone.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Do you think it's easier for a man or a woman to be single? What's your opinion on this, Shunda?
I feel like women are more in their feelings and men just do whatever they want to do either way. So I feel like it's easier for a man to be single. Because let's be real, the goal is marriage, but some women are not. They be in their feelings. They can't be single. They need somebody.
I don't know about that because I feel like women, y'all got like the world that y'all feed, and niggas or dudes just gotta be like, oh, I gotta pay for this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this, do that, and the third, and oh, I gotta take this girl out 3 times in a month, and just for her to get free food off me, just to tell her to tell me she don't really like me and she ain't paying for none of this shit. Nah, I just.
Yeah, so I feel like it's easier for a man to be single.
How? When we gotta foot the bill for everything.
Well, then don't go on this.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna speak some facts right here. If I was a female, a woman, I'll run the world.
We know.
I'm gonna let you know. I'll let you know. And don't let God make me a pretty female. I'll be filthy rich. You understand me? Because when females are single, y'all guys have so much power. Go to the gas station. You see how much power they got.
Right. The fuck out of here.
Hey, little baby, how you doing?
You just walked out. You walked in the store with it to go for a debit card. You done came out with a full tank of gas. Get the fuck out of here.
A whole tank of gas.
A whole tank.
And don't have a little kid with you. That's your son. What he want?
Right.
What he want? What he want?
Both of y'all that came up.
We done gave him some money and stuff. I'm like, say thank you.
Little Jontavius need a haircut. How much it is?
Niggas don't go through that. First of all, women don't even shoot they shot. They just stare at a nigga till a nigga read their mind. They just be like,
I'm definitely not shooting no shot nowhere.
oh, see, that's crazy.
I be like, oh, he cute. That's it.
Damn, that's crazy.
You gonna walk past him slow though and twist?
What?
Right. She gonna make sure she put on that perfume, walk past him real slow, like drop something. Right. Y'all, that's crazy.
And as soon as he say hey, you gonna be like, boy, stop.
Right. Boy, gone somewhere. Damn. Y'all do too much.
Thirsty. You thirsty.
You want this over here, boy?
Just literally walked past my desk 12 times.
For real.
God damn. See what I'm saying?
Laughing and stuff. Drop your pen.
See what I'm saying? Nah, y'all be trying to do too much, man. Niggas gotta do everything.
I don't know. I'm just flirty. I'm not. Sometimes I just could flirt and I don't even really be interested.
You ain't gotta shake your bag like the men do. We gotta shake your bag.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he just said, take a gas. For real, listen, they really be doing that out there.
For real.
Really
you know
do that.
Gotta pay to play. Niggas can't do that. Let a nigga let you trying to talk to somebody trying to go on a date, and the first thing you say is, well, I ain't got no money, and you gonna pay for it. That conversation gonna be dead as fuck. You ain't even gonna get no response, bitch. You just gonna be texting.
Bro.
You be like, damn,
you already told all your friends.
Right.
Child, girl, this fool talk to me.
Bitch, he just asked me to pay for some food. Fuck I look like.
He wanted a 4 for 4. Man, I lost his damn mind.
This nigga is tripping.
I'm good, love.
See what I'm saying? Niggas can't do that.
Oh, they got 2 jobs making more money than 3
right, but he done told y'all, right, y'all done passed up on the blessing because the nigga asked you to pay something.
Right. So I think I think me and KP agree that women probably have it easier.
Yeah,
for sure. For sure. Y'all be out here balling shit. I wish man, please.
For real. What? I told y'all I'll be the richest.
Yeah, what?
Why they be lonely and crying at night?
But I'm just saying though, because it's either that. If you don't do that, then you got to find you somebody who just completely desperate that's finna give you everything you're asking for. And
that's true.
I can't. I'm too strong of a man to be dealing with somebody who weak. I can't.
That's true.
Okay, so we talked about the single life. Now let's talk about something you also need to do when you are in the single life, which is get some friends in your life. Get some people. Get some confidants. Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend.
Whoa, 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 whoa. My heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant.
I could go past them.
Listen, I could go past the whole thing. I'm just being honest with you. Just you know, that. So we're talking about friendships right now, people. Let's talk a little bit about friendships, because when you're being single, like I stated earlier, you know, it is nice for you to build some solid, good friendships. So but there's also bad things that come with friendship as well. So, Shunda, when do you know a friendship has become toxic? It's time to pack it on up.
I feel like when you gotta talk about somebody behind their back and just not be direct, I feel like that's toxic. I feel like if we friends, you should be able to come to me and talk about anything. Like, if you going to someone else talking about them, about me, instead of expressing it to me that you have the problem with, that's toxic. Now they could pass our information to somebody else, and then now they looking at me a certain way. I don't have time.
I've been there before.
Yeah, well, I think we all have.
I've been there before, for sure.
Yeah,
Mr. KP, what is your statement?
The kind of the same thing. Like, if you can't come to me and talk to me about a situation that we got going on, then that's kind of like, it's just, that shit dead as fuck. That or I was finna say something, but then she said that, and I was like, damn, that's better than what I was finna say. But yeah, I'ma just go with Shunda said. Yeah.
I think there's probably a lot of things that you can say the friendship has become toxic or it needs to end when you feel like you're not getting nothing from the friendship. If you feel like you're giving way much more than the other person, then it becomes a feeling like, is this benefit me? Because a friendship is supposed to benefit both parties. Like, I'm supposed to be able to come to you and be like, hey, this crackhead gave me this here the other day, and I want to know what you would do. You're supposed to be able to confide into your friends the deepest, darkest thing that you ain't gonna tell your mama, sister, or the pastor at your church.
That's true.
So I think that's when, if I get to the point where, you know what, I don't feel like I want to tell you this because I think you're gonna run it back, or you finna judge me, or you finna tell somebody. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. The friendship is over. We're gonna try again. Your friend, your sister, she's very friendly. Can I be her best friend? Let's skip over you. Yeah. So that's when I feel like when a friendship has become toxic, when you can't get into that situation.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. One-sided, when it's like really one-sided.
Yeah.
Like they, what I'm saying, they only call you to talk about their problems, or like, when you, I don't know, it should just be weird. It just be weird.
It is. It's draining. Like, it's overwhelming.
When it becomes overwhelming, when it becomes draining, when you start pointing out little things they do, or like that, like you just said, the situations where you get where, like, you guys have mutual friends, right? And you tell a friend something, and they run back into all your friends.
Right.
But then you find out because you friends too, so you like look at you like, wait a minute, you told the person that's in our same circle, foolish.
It's not about talking about people. It's just like,
because they gonna tell.
Right, but if I'm your friend, I feel like you said, I should be able to confide in you about certain stuff. If I'm your friend, a good friend of yours, I feel like I could.
Yeah, it's also that energy level too, though. It's just like when I'm not gonna say you've outgrown a person, but if that person's not willing to grow with you, you know what I'm saying, like help you evolve and change your mindset, then that shit just be dead as fuck, bro. You just be like, bro, like,
what are we doing?
You still talking about this negative ass shit, bro? I'm not trying to deal with that shit.
They do, yeah. That's
okay. That leads me into another question. Then, what's the importance of a good friendship? How is that important?
I feel like an open line of communication. Mm-hmm. Like, if we can talk about anything and be honest with each other, and for me, this is kind of the same thing that I just said, the open line of communication. Yeah. If you can communicate, I'm the type of friend you could tell me everything, Cedric,
Right,
you can communicate with me about anything. Like, and if it's something that I did to you or offended you, come to me and tell me, or anything, just the open line of communication. You can talk to me about your personal problems, but don't talk to me about it every day.
Right. Listen, I think there is a lot of importance of having a good friendship because there's like I said before, there's certain things you're gonna tell you won't tell your mama, your cousin, your brother, but there's that one friend that you can be like, hey, let me tell you this is some nasty shit I did,
nigga,
at the car,
right.
And that person's not gonna judge you.
Bitch, let me tell you what happened.
Let me tell you
I like for my friends to judge me.
There's so many times I done called some of my friends and been like, is there anybody around you right now? I need to tell you somebody else's business or some business of mine of your own, okay? And and it's no judgment. It's just like, this is what it is. This is what I want to tell you. As long as I'm not killing nobody, harming nobody, just listen and support.
Yeah.
What about you, KP?
I call his ass and be like, look, bro, I did something.
Right.
And I don't want you to judge me, but I need you to judge me. Because I need to know if I was right or wrong.
Right.
But this is what it is. Bam, and nigga listen, he'll be like, as a friend.
But see, you had
this, that, and the third. And he'd be like, nigga, you stupid. You're fucking dumb. You wrong as fuck. I don't know why you did that dumb ass shit. Nigga, you dumb. And I'd be like, but, shit. My biggest thing is like, I feel like if you can't check me, we are not friends at all. I don't care how passionate I am about it. I don't care how driven I am about it, motivated about that shit. I don't give a fuck. If if I was right in the start and then I ended that shit wrong, if you can't check me throughout this friendship, nigga, shut the fuck up. You
Let me
stupid.
ask you
You
this.
wrong.
So what if I tried to check you and you just everything I'm saying is just or you got a rebuttal for it, or like you just still gonna do what you want to do regardless. You know
I mean, people gonna do what they want to do anyway.
But you did your part.
You did your part. Because at the end of the day, when shit hit the fan, I can't be like, oh, Shunda didn't tell me. You know, Shunda ain't be like, oh, do that shit, or Shunda this, Shunda that. I could be like, damn, she did tell my dumb ass go sit my ass down somewhere, and I still took my stupid ass out here. I can't put that on you then at that point. But if I'm like, oh, Shunda, man, fuck that shit. I'm finna go out here and goddamn do this, that, and the third, and you with all my shit, and not at one point you was like, don't do that. That ain't you. You know what I'm saying? If you just egging me on, then it's just like, ah, shit, what am I around you for? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, people gonna do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Regardless.
I agree. I feel like you being that type of friend, you have done what you needed to do in a friendship by telling, hey, I don't think this is a good thing. There's so many times where I've reached out to people, and I'd be like, what's your opinion on this? So how you feel about
don't
it?
fucking do it with your dumb ass.
And I'm gonna tell you honestly. Listen, I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna do exactly what I want to do.
What I'm about to do when I hang up this phone is make this phone call.
And be like, King, don't call the person back to back. What is that gonna do for you?
Nah, I done told you that before. Like, don't.
20 minutes later, he'd be like,
I'm pissed.
I made this call.
and then
I did this thing,
right.
And now I feel bad about it. Nigga, did I tell you dumb ass not to do it? Yeah, but you didn't tell me not to do it 3 times.
Right.
I don't try to be like, I told you. I told your ass. I don't try to say that, but
that's the point of checking. That's the whole point of why you gotta check a motherfucker, so you ain't got to be like, I told your stupid ass.
Right.
I'm telling you now, nigga, don't do it, because this shit ain't right to do.
Right.
When you hang up this phone, you gonna do whatever the fuck you want to do. And you probably gonna call me back and tell me what you did. And I'm gonna tell you, stupid ass, you stupid. For the second time.
Because 9 times out of 10, that's exactly what happens. I'm not gonna listen to you, but I want to hear what you have to say.
I need to hear the right thing to do.
I need to hear it.
So I can know how to go about that shit the wrong way.
Because
I want to be able to call you back and be like, listen, yeah, we talked about this, and you told me not to do it.
I know you said don't do it, Nashandra.
Right, but this is what I did, and I'm not sorry for it. But I'm gonna need you to listen to me,
right? Because I know I'm wrong,
right?
But I need you. But you just gotta hear me out, right?
I respect you for that because when you do f up, he own it. He own it.
It still take him 3 tries with me.
Right.
That nigga be like, no. Because you had told me not to do it, and then I didn't do it. But then that person had did this. And so shit, I was like, shit, that's kind of like a sign from God for me to do it. Right. So I'm this nigga called me 3 times back to back. Should I do it? Right. No, don't do that shit. All right, bye. Get that text. Nigga, let me call this nigga. What the fuck are you doing? I was about to do it, but I ain't did it yet. Don't do it, nigga. Then that third phone call.
In the corner for 5 minutes looking at the number.
That third phone call, he did it.
I did it.
Mm-hmm. When something on his mind, he gotta get it off.
Yeah, he just,
oh god.
That nigga's,
we're gonna move on to the next question. It became too real for me, people. Okay, let's a more cooler question. Tell us about a friend that became like family, who's like your ride or die friend. Start off with you, Shunda.
For now.
Yeah, right now. Like, who's one of you? Like,
I gotta say her name.
Yeah, I mean, show them some love. Show them some love.
If you want
to. Show them some love.
I'm pretty sure they hear this. They're going to be like, bitch, you could have said my name.
Bakisha.
Ooh, we love Baki.
Yeah, but y'all know that's my dog. Like, I feel like she's one of my friends that anything, I don't care what I go to her and talk about. It could be, I've never asked this girl for money, but I feel like if I be like, can I have $1,500? She gonna give it to me. Yeah, and then if I call her about anything, whether it's to talk, anything, she there. Like, that's my best friend.
That's what's up.
Yep.
It's good to have, like, honestly, and I have been witness to their relationship. They really like sisters and stuff like that. Their children around the same age and like a whole family thing. I remember that one story you told me about her friend that you was like, who is this friend? I'm her friend.
Right. Her new friend from work. I ain't gonna say her name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't come to Quasi's with us. Who is this?
Oh, God.
I don't like that.
It'd be like that.
What about you, KP?
I ain't got nobody.
Nobody at all?
At all.
Listen. Sometimes it be like that.
Nigga, shut your ass up.
I know he lying.
Yeah, nah, my boy King, for real though. Like, we started out, we was, you know what I'm saying, like, we just worked in the same place, of course.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of grew from there, and it just, you know what I mean? Like, we kind of, first it's just like, all right, nigga, yeah, all right, well, I fuck with you. And it was like, nigga, did you hear about such and such and such and such? Oh, nigga, I been new. Nigga, you been new.
You ain't
tell me. Motherfucker over here
and I be like, don't tell nobody. He be like, I'm gonna tell my wife though. I'm like, bro.
This is true. Bang. This
This
nigga. Let me tell you about what this nigga told me.
You gotta tell that one person.
Right.
Oh yes, that is true. Like it's like there's always that one person that like I ain't gonna tell nobody else, but I'm finna tell you.
Bitch, I got to tell you, nigga.
And that's typically KP. He'd be like, I'm not finna tell nobody.
If we know
KP,
anybody
this the
mutual,
shit
that
ain't
nigga's the
happened.
first
This
nigga.
person.
Where you at?
Where you at?
Nigga, the shit that I just heard.
Sir,
I gotta
right.
tell somebody. And you the only
Oh,
nigga I
that's
know
what
that
I'm saying.
know this motherfucker. So I gotta tell you because I know you ain't gonna tell him.
Because that builds with loyalty,
Right,
knowing
right.
that the person you can say this to this
Confide
person and they're
in the
not going
motherfucker.
to run it back at all.
Yeah.
And that's so important. I tell people this: loyalty in a friendship is very, very,
For
very
sure.
important. If I can't tell you something without me thinking you're gonna run it back, then it's an issue.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
also, this
Yeah.
is another thing, and me and Shunda talk about this sometimes. If I tell you something that I'm going through or I went through, don't throw it
bring
back in
that
my
shit
face.
Yeah, that shit.
I hate when they do that. Like you tell somebody, well, my feet hurt, and then next week the person talking about, oh, remember your feet was hurting? You did it. Like, wait a minute. I was
I had
confiding
a
in
friend-
telling me that you gonna throw it back in my. What's up with that? What I hate that with a
I had a
passion.
friend like that, and I promise you, I don't say nothing else. Like, and it was some deep dark shit too. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, don't worry about it. I ain't got. We be cool, but I ain't finna tell you shit. That's nothing.
You
I'm not
better than
finna-
me.
I ain't gonna tell you nothing else.
Yeah, okay,
You
people
better
cut them
yeah,
off.
Once,
Like,
once I
oh.
shut down, that
You
shit
ain't
is
even their
dead.
friend no
That
more,
shit
huh?
dead as
You
fuck.
just gotta learn how to read people. Like,
nah, because if first of all, if I feel like I could take it there with you, then there's no, you know what I'm saying? At that point, we shouldn't have no misunderstandings
right?
at all. Once you cross that line, it's like, come on, bro. Because ain't no telling what if you get pissed off, what else you finna say? What else
Right,
you finna
right.
just go airing shit out about some shit
Right.
I done told you that
Right.
don't nobody else fucking
Supposed
know.
to be personal.
You know what I'm saying? Or like, what if I was getting ready to tell your ass a big dumbass secret, but I done gave you this little breadcrumb before we got to the loaf, and your ass throw out the breadcrumb for everybody to see.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, I'm not dealing with that
No.
shit.
So that does lead me into the next question. Then, do you categorize your friendships? I'm gonna say yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes, I do. I do this all
Hands
the time.
down.
And some of my friends will call me out for it, but I do it all the time. And I think, like me and Shauna just said, like that whole, if I tell you something and a couple months later you bring it up and throw it back in my face, like, no, you demotion. We're gonna put you on a category
An
one,
associate.
associate category one, not to tell your ass anything
Not a
at
damn
all.
thing. But you in a subcategory.
Yeah,
You ain't even got
that's
your own
true.
category. Fuck
I
out of
agree.
here.
Yeah, I'm a type of person where I'm naturally sometimes very secretive and very private about certain things.
Yeah.
So I always tell people the better you know me and the more I trust you, the more information you're gonna know.
And-
I'm not telling you I eat ass on the first date if I really don't trust you. That's gonna you're gonna have to be a real good friend for that.
And
so-
I'm not a very private person. I guess, they be like, you say that. That's like a little, stuff like that. I'm
yeah.
not
Right.
that
Yeah, I
private.
get
you,
So
yeah.
I'm more open. But if I
Yeah.
tell you something that's personal and dear to me,
Yeah.
and I'm like, don't tell nobody, and I'm looking at you different.
See, yeah, I'm the same. Like I'm a very passionate person, and for me to connect with you emotionally, that says a lot. Cause I could I could kick it with anybody, talking to
Right,
anybody about
right,
anything,
right.
like you said. But once I reach that level, I'm like, you know what, my nigga. All right, we could talk about some real shit. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Let me see where your head at, type
Yeah.
shit. But other than that, if I
know,
ain't,
don't nobody else hear about it.
Right.
Yeah,
You know, you got yourself a friend.
you really do, because that's how I look at it. If I feel like, you know what, you all right. You ain't
Yeah.
told nobody nothing. I done told you 16 horrible things. You ain't told
Tell us so.
a
I'm gonna look at
soul.
your ass a little weird, but I ain't gonna
Yeah.
tell nobody. Like, nigga, didn't you just tell me?
Right. Don't drink off my cup, please.
If I tell you something and somebody asks you about it and your acting skills is Oscar worthy, you know what, you all right with me. You know
Right.
what,
You know what?
you the one.
But see, you
Because
gotta,
I'm not type of friend. I remember one time, remember that time, Shauna, you asked me about somebody was like pregnant or something like that, and you was like,
I knew the
you
person
knew
was
you
pregnant
knew
'cause I
the
seen
person
him.
was pregnant.
and I'm like, oh, such and such pregnant. He like, what?
What?
I just seen her. She told me she was pregnant. What did you talking?
Hey,
she
That's
told me she
him.
didn't tell nobody. So I was like,
Hey.
huh?
He be acting so. Now my boy, when it
yeah,
comes to
he'll
that,
hold it down. Yeah,
he
he'll hold that
definitely
motherfucker
do.
down for real.
Oh God,
you gotta
bro.
tell me kind of like, don't tell nobody. Cause
Right.
if I don't know if it's a secret and it don't seem that big of a deal to me, I'm just.
Shit. King will tell you tell me some shit. I don't go fuck if you told the world, bitch. You came and told me. I ain't telling the motherfucking soul.
For real.
Fuck that. Yeah, I wouldn't give a damn
but
how
it's
many people you
certain stuff
told.
that I know, like I know what not to tell.
I wouldn't give a fuck what it is.
For
You could have came
like,
you could have been on camera doing spray
Seriously.
painting the goddamn building, but you came to me and told me you ain't do it. Well, shit, the motherfucker
Now
ain't
that look,
He
that
ain't do it.
he ain't do it.
Like,
motherfucker ain't do it.
they all say we gotta look like out there somewhere.
Right.
Right.
What you talking about?
Motherfucker told me he ain't do it.
For
He
real.
didn't do it. Goddamn.
That's
Fuck
the type
that.
of loyalty. And then some people don't resonate that. Some people are like, well, I'm not this and that. Like I've had certain friends in the past. I'd be like, well, I'm not lying to anybody for you, or I'm not doing certain things for you. Then for me, I feel like it's not necessarily lying to me. I look at it as like it's just you're not telling my business. If it has nothing to pertain to you,
like that. Like you like don't tell shit. Like know exactly what's going on.
right?
She just had a baby.
Mhm.
Don't tell shit. But that's good. I get it. Like that's good to be like that.
Right. It was so funny because
But
she was like, I just saw this
seen
girl.
What is you saying? I know that's your friend. I'm like, congratulations.
She ain't told me that.
Ain't
She
no
told people.
secret.
I'm like, huh? What the fuck?
Shit.
She
I had
having
the
her
dumbest
baby. We
face.
gonna know.
I had the dumbest face on. She was like,
He
what?
did.
What?
I'm like, bro, you was good for that one.
Right. This
Look,
motherfucker
keep
is-
my secrets just like that.
Right. Fuck that.
Okay, another question. Okay, just we do have friends, but sometimes in the friendship you get annoyed. What is the biggest things that annoy you about your friends or friendships you may have had in the past, currently, present, future? Oh, you say KP first.
Me?
KP.
I could say King is very adamant about certain things.
Like what?
He don't know how to like let shit go. Like when it's not him, he'll be like, bro, nigga, bro,
That's
nigga,
true.
bro, nigga. Be like, damn, chill out, bro. I got you, man. Shit.
Listen, I feel like it. I do that depending on the situation. Definitely, like if I'm one of the type of friends. If I love you, if I care about you, one of my biggest things is your mental health. That's something that definitely in the past couple of years I've been really big on. And if we talking about your mental health, or we talking about anything pertaining about how you feeling, and it's left off on some type of nothing. Oh no, homeboy, run that. And certain of my friends are like, boy, you don't leave me the fuck alone. Listen,
Me.
I don't care. I love
That's
you.
me.
I need to make sure you okay, because I'm not gonna have your ass sitting up in the lake
Yeah.
nowhere or anything like that. So that's my concern. What about you?
Me kind of. I already said it. Like, don't come to me about the same situation 30,000 times and you still gonna do the same thing. Like, that's annoying. I'm cool with knowing what's going on with you and your, this, or your relationships, or your family, or your this, or your that. But after we done talked about it 50,000 times and you still
at
gonna
that
do
point,
it's what are we talking about it for at this point? Like, what do you want me to say? I don't mind if you want me to be the friend to listen, I'll do it. But what do you want me to say at this point? I don't know.
True.
But I would say, Shawnee, you're a very blunt friend. a very blunt. Like she gonna like, if you talk like that's annoying, or like there's certain times I'd be like, this is not how I feel. She'd be like, well, Cedric, or she'd be like, King, you were wrong, or you shouldn't have did that, and I told you not to do that. Or she's always been the blunt friend. I've never questioned advice that she gives me. She's always given me like
people
that
consider
honest.
it mean, but I consider it being an honest, like open friend. Like I don't feel like I should have to. If you my real friend, which I consider you my friend, I shouldn't have to sugarcoat it
At all.
Period.
Not a little bit of sugar.
None.
None at all.
Nope.
None.
Not a
I have some
motherfucking
very, very, very honest people. God pick some good ones, because they definitely. You stop crying, bitch. Listen, but it's my life. Listen, I'm getting better. But
like, what's wrong with you today? I'm all right.
All right, that bitch sweat. I'm okay.
Look, I'm all right.
all
Why
right.
you get your stupid ass on? Nigga, obviously
see
something wrong with
you.
your
What's
dumb
wrong
ass,
with
boy.
you? We work together. What's wrong with you?
Right, fuck out of here.
how you
Bitch, I
is.
see your ass every day. Fuck out of here. I know something about bitch.
Okay. Ooh, okay. What's the biggest argument you and your friend have gotten into before?
Would you say an old friend?
A current friend, a past friend, all that. Any type of friend. What's the biggest argument that actually stands out in your memory?
I had a friend that I felt like, I don't know. I don't know if y'all ever had a friend, like, it seemed like we was friends for a long time, and then, like, we stop being, with age, you mature, people
You
fall
grow
out.
apart or whatever,
Right, thank you, that's the words. And then it's just like, we tried to rekindle whatever we did have, and it's just like not the same. So I tried to voice my opinion to this person, as I normally do.
Right.
And it came off to me as like, oh, well, you're the problem. So then I'm just like, well, fuck it. I'll be the problem and just don't worry about it. Yeah. I'm not even going to try to address it no more. No worries. Yeah. I'm good. And that was just it. I haven't talked to that person since.
Okay. I think that one's for me. It's a hard one because I have had so many. Okay, I would say this. I don't even know if it was an argument or disagreement, but it was one friend that I had felt as though I wasn't reaching out to them enough, and they end up blocking me on social media and stuff like that. But then they end up telling a friend of ours, a mutual friend, why they blocked me and why they was feeling like that. And I like to talk. I'm a very communicating person, whatever. I like to fix it before it gets worse. So I always like to put other people's feelings in consideration. But this person, man, it was just like, okay, I already fell out with this person for different reasons, and now you mad at me because I'm not reaching out enough, but I just called you. It was a bad argument, but I was at it back because they missed the king.
You're supposed to lead them on friends.
Oh, God.
Listen, that person was very animate about speaking to me, and, we do have a couple of associates that they actually still ask me about every time they talk about me. Talk to me, excuse me. KP? Do you have any?
Yeah, I'm sorry, what was the question? Oh, biggest argument?
Yeah, or
I don't think it was an argument, but it was like on some like I need you type right now type of thing. Or that wasn't even the case. I actually opened up, my heart to this person, and we had like a heart to heart, or what I thought was a heart to heart. And come to find out it wasn't, and they were offended by everything that I said to them, literally every fucking thing. So I was just like, damn. And then the crazy part about it was they never said any of these things to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, if we just had a whole fucking heart to heart, how the fuck when you come back and be like, all right, my nigga,
right?
I feel like that shit you said was a little off. Oh, okay, well.
Which result?
You know what I'm saying? Well, you know what I'm saying? Right, you know what I'm saying? So it was just one of those things, and then it turned out to be like, we didn't speak for a while, and then that person just like started calling me out of the blue. And I was already going through my own shit. Like, and it was just like, oh, well, obviously you don't want to talk to me and hear about my problems and blah, blah, blah. And at that time, like, my mom was going through some deep ass shit that she's still going through to today. And it's just like, you ain't even call me to say, well, what's up? What you going on? You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. How's your life? You just instantly ran straight into your issues. And it was just like, yeah, I don't want to deal with that.
So, Michael, I have a question for you. What did you learn out of that situation?
I mean, I currently already knew how the person was, and I kind of just gave them the benefit of the doubt. And I probably won't do that again, because I'm already a type of person to where, like, it's hard for me to be emotional with anybody,
this is true,
let alone outside of like a relationship to where we're physically together. So it's already just like, I still have family that I have barriers with, that I've known my whole life, that never gave me any reason to have any barriers. So it's just like, for me to do that with that person, and then they do some stupid shit like that, it's just like, all right, I'm gonna just listen to my first mind from now on and just be like, all right, nigga, I can't get close to nobody. I'll just
crazy. Did it hurt you? I want to say that. Did it hurt you?
In a sense, yeah.
Yes, it did. Ain't no sense. Yes, it did.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we had a whole conversation, and it was just like that shit went left, and it was like we supposedly had a whole little breakthrough in our friendship, and then it just went left because you felt like you felt some type of way about some shit that I said that you could, if you felt like that in that moment, you could say that to my face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, you
That's
asked
crazy,
me my opinion.
Because that man called me about it. I was like,
that's what I'm saying. I called him. I'm like, bro, and the craziest part about it was he was like, so how did it go? And I was just like, oh, it went good. No, I didn't go into details. I didn't go. This man had no clue what the fuck was going on. A couple days later, I get a phone call from this nigga. Shit, boy, your ass is out there selling motherfuckers out. One, I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm confused because he telling me the details on something I ain't never tell this motherfucker. Like, I never told. He never would have known. If it was up to me, he never would have known what the fuck the conversation was about, what happened, none of that shit. Never would have known. That nigga called me telling me all the details. I'm like, how the fuck?
Immediately.
How the fuck do you know that?
I'm not gonna let you play in my homeboy face like that. So I'm finna definitely.
That's right.
And
like I tell people, I'm finna tell his ass what you talking about.
And it was just one of them situations where, and that's why we didn't speak for a while, because I'm like, all right, if you got a problem, then you should definitely address that. But instead of addressing it, you still trying to be my friend. And I'm like, nah, bro.
That's the crazy part.
Knowing what I know, nah, bro. You
crazy.
You
that
go
was
play.
crazy.
You go play with somebody else, but me, nah, bro.
Well, this is kind of the same kind of question, but has a friend ever betrayed you before, Shunda?
Ever betrayed me?
Betrayed you?
Yeah. But I was younger, so at that point,
it's just like
it's
life.
It was, okay, I see how people is now.
Right, yeah,
you
grow up, you live, you learn, type shit. Yeah.
I was younger, so it didn't make me no difference.
I think we probably definitely, like you said, when we were in school and like elementary stuff like that, we probably had something that probably was really small that probably could be fixed. Like, you betrayed me, I can't believe you did this.
Nah, that wasn't no small shit. It was. I mean, I'm getting to now. I don't give a fuck. It was what it was. I just see who you are, like
type shit. Yeah. So,
what about you, KP?
I mean, outside of what I just said,
right?
Well, it was this one. I mean, I don't even know if he was like my friend, but it was this one time. It was me and my cousin, and like my cousin's girlfriend's cousin. It was a boy. Either way it go, we was finna get in to this altercation, and this nigga booked it. Like that nigga, he crossed the street and he hit it. So it's just like, damn. At that point, I felt betrayed because I was finna run too, but I was like, I can't leave my cousin, bitch. So now we gotta swap it out. So I was like, shit, it is what it is. Yeah. I mean, other than that, like,
I had a coworker who I thought was my friend, but betrayed me. Quick little story for y'all. He had got in trouble, and at the job, and then he went in there talking about, well, King had did this. It was a whole long thing. I got written up for it and all that. And then the person gonna come to me like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how I'm doing? If you don't get your phone out my face, it was a whole segment. But guess what? that writ up that I got off me. I'm sorry. That was
obviously that was like an emotional connection.
It was. So now we're moving from the friendship portion. Once been single, get the friendship, and now you back into a relationship, and then you have kids. I'm just let you guys know we're skipping the relationship portion because we have another episode coming up to talk about relationships. So we're gonna move on to parenting, and I'm not a parent at all, but I have godchildren and nephews that I see every other 2 months. But we got two parents in the building, KP and Shunda. So most of these questions are gonna be directed towards them. Exactly. So I'm going to ask you guys this question. I wrote this question because this question was near dear to my heart. Should parents apologize to their kids for things that they have done to the kid that have affected them in a negative way? Should parents apologize? Shunda?
I apologize to my son sometimes because sometimes it's out of anger. Like sometimes I cuss his ass out of anger.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, I'm sorry, baby, I didn't mean. You know what I mean? So I apologize, but he don't do stuff to get in trouble that much, but if it's something where I shouldn't have reacted the way I did, definitely I'll apologize.
Yeah.
What about you, KP?
Same. I remember actually having like a shitty ass day, and I came home and I took it out on my son. And when I walked away from him, I realized what I had did, and I was like, oh shit,
right,
fuck. I felt bad as fuck, and I was like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I had a long day, blah blah blah. And I mean, as much as kids can be understanding, it's just crazy that, you have to be you, they have to be them, and then y'all have to be each other, like a family.
They don't
and shit.
understand too, like as an adult, what they just kids. They want to play all this,
yeah.
but they don't understand when you going through shit. Like what
just
can
be like, like the potential outcome. Like, nigga, give me a minute.
Give me a second.
And nigga, don't count. The fuck?
One.
Go sit your ass down somewhere. Leave me the fuck alone till you be like, oh shit.
Right.
It's like boiling a fucking egg. When you be like, oh shit, the egg.
Right.
That's when you come back to me and try to,
Real.
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you should definitely apologize.
Yeah, I think you should.
For sure to your children.
So what's the time when you wanted to bust out laughing at something your children did, but you had to keep your serious demeanor because you had to be like, I'm the parent. This shit is funny as hell, but I gotta maintain my composure because you dead ass wrong for doing that. Shunda?
I remember one time we was at my homegirl house and my son had jumped on her bed. Like, I'm real big on respect. We over here don't jump on her bed. So, you know, I slapped him with the belt a little bit. He looked at me and he told me that's why that ain't hurt. Now, I wanted to bust out laughing. I blacked out. I'm like, did he just say what I thought he said? So I had to whoop him for real. At this point, I'm like, I'm finna beat your ass now. All right, cool.
Oh, it don't hurt?
Oh, it don't hurt.
Okay,
right.
babe.
That's like, those are like hateful words. He should never. That's the big.
She was trying to say the last time I told my mama that before she can get the words out, I'm on his ass.
Whooping his ass. Right. You won't say that shit no more out loud. You think you better think that shit in your head. Cry.
For
You better
real.
cry them alligator tears, motherfucker. Keep it moving.
Really just say that to me?
Man, you could do like, oh God, Lord,
Right. Shit, my mama swing at me and miss.
Boy, you better act like it hurt.
The fuck?
So KP, same question.
I don't know. I'm horrible at like keeping my composure around my kids because they already know I'm goofy as fuck. Like I do remember like one time though, my wife was trying to like discipline my son, and I don't know what it was that he did, but his response was so genuine. Like he had no clue what the fuck he had said in that moment, but it was like my wife was like, you know, did you know this was wrong? It was like somewhere in the context of that. And his answer was like, man, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, shit. I got to go. As soon as he said it, I looked at her. We looked at each other. We locked eyes. And I was about to bust out laughing. I was about to let that shit out. And, like, he kind of felt like the vibe was changing to, like, from serious to, like, laughing. And cause when she looked at me, she was trying to keep a serious face because he's looking at her like this. The mic is him, and, you know, they looking at each other. And after he said it, she, like, looked at me and tried to look back at him. Nah, nigga. Oh, that vibe is already broke, man. I kind of, like, you know, I was like. So he kind of, you know, it was, because he didn't know no better. Yeah. You know, he said how he felt. It had to be, like, he's 8 now, so it had to be, like, 2 or 3 years ago. He had to be, like,
they don't be knowing.
Sick. You know what I'm saying? He was being real. He was being real as fuck. And that shit was so funny. But we always had those moments, and I just, as a parent, I remember my mom being like really like strict about certain things. And like, you know, I'm like, she would always want to have those type of conversations. But then like the moment I went left, it would always be like, oh, I'm your mama type thing. You know, It's like, I get that. But at the same time, we just joking and laughing. So I try to keep that common ground with my kids because they already know I beat their ass. Right. That shit is out of the question.
So, Shunda, I'm just going to ask you this question. Then we're going to move on to the next question here. What's your biggest fear when it comes down to parenting?
Why you just got to ask me that?
Because we on time.
Oh, okay. My biggest fear, basically, because I'm raising, especially with everything going on now, my black son. Yeah. That's my biggest fear right now with him growing up and everything. Just want him to go to college. That's it. That's my biggest fear. Him in the streets.
I feel like, is there any other fear besides that you may have?
Like what?
Like, you know, making sure. You know, sometimes for me, I always think about how I was raised, and I just want to be able to make sure I instill in my child some type of sense of, I don't want to say knowing how to discipline somebody else without hitting them, but I feel like teaching them the right things, teaching them right from wrong. Because there's some parents that, you know, they think they're doing the right thing by, you know, every time the child get in trouble, you hitting on them, beating on them, and they think they're growing up thinking that that's the way how to discipline somebody else is putting your hands on somebody. So that'll probably be one of the things that be my probably
my mom's
fear.
biggest fear was like for her kids to go to jail.
That's one. Yeah, I don't want him to be in the streets. That's my biggest fear. Like him dying to the streets or even to the hands of a police officer because he's not doing what they want, you know, quote unquote, want him to do. Complying. So right now, with everything going on, that's really one of my biggest fears.
Okay. And KP, I'm going to ask you, what's something that you disagree with that you see other parents do?
Not not allowing their kids to be kids.
Okay.
Like, I'm guilty of that myself because a lot of the times I just go based off of what I know and how I was raised. Because I try to, like, the other day I had to explain to my son at 8, I was washing dishes, washing clothes, folding clothes, mopping, sweeping, cleaning the bathroom, taking care of my little brother. You know what I'm saying? I did all that shit on my own.
Right.
And it got to a point where my mom was like, I shouldn't have to tell you to do these things, X, Y, Z. And that was at 8, 9, you know what I'm saying, 10 or whatever the case may be. And I don't ask my son for any of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I kind of like, it sucks because when I do ask him to do things, I hold him to that standard. Mm-hmm. And then I have to sometimes dial back or step away and be like, okay, this is like my 4th or 5th time asking him to do X, Y, Z. So he shouldn't know that off the bat, but I don't. As soon as I start clicking, I'm like, God damn it, shit, this, that, and the third. And I got to be like, this motherfucker he don't know. So that goes back to the apologizing because at that point, I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Or just like, it's just a learning moment for the both of us. And I just think that's one of those things because like how some people, they dress their kids up all crazy or just let them do whatever the fuck. And it's just like, bro, they're still kids. You know what I'm saying? So.
And Shunda asked you this question. We're going to move on. What's your number one tip you would give a new parent? Somebody come to you pregnant, like, what do I do, girl? What do I do?
I can't, because I be like, don't have no kids. Right? So I can't.
Live your motherfucking life. You can read a million books in the world. That shit ain't going to work, bro. Yeah. That shit ain't going to work. Yeah. So and your kid, you have to adjust to your children, too. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Because in that book, that motherfucker probably had him motherfucker that listened, or in this book, that motherfucker had somebody who was bad as fucking your kid just in the middle.
My son.
It's like, I want to beat your ass, but it really wasn't that bad, so I just got to scream at your dumb ass.
Okay. So we're moving out of the field of parenthood, you guys, and we're moving on to the last cycle of life, something that everybody is going to go through. They're going to most likely experience, and it is death. Probably the realest topic that, is on this list. So we're going to all speak about this and go through these questions here, you guys. One of the questions I want to ask you guys is a little bit lighter. Is it appropriate to tell your kids what death is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why is that, KP?
My son, he asked me about my dad, and my dad was killed. I mean, he was in the streets, so I guess that kind of came with the territory. But, yeah, he was asking me about my dad, and we was literally just chilling, watching TV, and I guess something on the TV triggered him, and he was like, Dad, where's your dad? And, I had to explain to him, like, my dad's no longer here because somebody shot him and killed him and blah, blah, blah. And his comprehension of it all just blew me the fuck away. He was like, dang, that's messed up. I'm like, nigga.
Right.
I'm sorry. Are you consoling me? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I and even like we bought him a goldfish. The goldfish died, and I'm expecting him to have like this breakdown because this nigga flipped out about this goldfish from the moment we brought it home. This nigga was feeding the motherfucker, and it survived all of like 2 or 3 weeks. And we came in, that motherfucker was dead, and we had to explain to him what happened. And I'm thinking, funeral, he gotta cry, now we gotta go try to PetSmart, buy 3 more fucking goldfish because they 50 cents a pop.
Right.
But he was just like, oh man. That's sad. And went in his room, started playing with his toys. I was like, this nigga, I don't know how to feel about none of this shit.
What about you, Shunda? You think it's appropriate to tell your kids about death?
I do. Just because of the fact nowadays kids are so mature on stuff. So just today, my son was talking to me about, the whole George Floyd situation because he came up on TV and I'm like, what you know about him? And he was like, oh, he explained to me. And I'm like, well, you right. But so he knows. So I just feel like you got to talk to him about it.
Yeah.
Right. I think it is important to tell these kids. The kids are getting smarter and smarter and smarter, so you definitely have to educate them so they are aware of when they do experience, their reaction is better suited. So I would have to agree. I think it is appropriate for kids to know about death. Another question for you guys. If you got an illness, the doctor said this is what's going to take you out, would you tell your families and friends? I'm going to say that from experience, I would tell them to prepare them.
Right.
I went through situations where, the person found out they were ill for like 6 years prior, and we didn't find out until like a week before their death. And it was like, oh, you got this. Okay, you going back to the hospital? Okay, you're gone. So it was like, and everybody was so confused on how could this happen when you just told us you had this, when in actuality you had it for 6 years prior, and it was slowly killing you. And sometimes by telling them that, you can say, because I grew up in like, okay, so that's why that person was mad. That's why that person was depressed. That's why that person didn't speak in the morning time. That's why that person was acting the way they were acting, because they were dying. Right. So I don't think you can be happy while you're, you're losing your life. So that brought more understanding, but I wish I had that understanding while you were going through it. Okay. What about you, Shunda?
I would, just because financially I don't want my family to be struggling.
That's a big thing, too.
I have life insurance. I want, if something going to happen, y'all need to get this.
Yeah, that's true.
I definitely would.
What about you, KP?
I feel like after I have come to terms with it, then yeah. Because, I mean, you have to think about it. Once you tell people something about you, that changes like how they treat you, how they act around you, how they act towards you. So some people can't handle that type of pressure. So I mean, it's like you have to come to terms with it with yourself first, because you're dying ultimately.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, that person that you're talking about, maybe they didn't come to terms with it until that moment, because. I mean, yeah, 6 years is a long time, but that's also a lot of comprehension that has to happen because they are going through that. But, yeah, I mean, once I come to terms with it, yeah. But I do feel like, I mean, at any point in time, it won't matter. I ain't going to say it won't matter, but, I feel like once I tell you, you still have to come to terms with that as well as me coming to terms with it and actually seeing me go through that. Because at first, like you said, you was like, oh, they mad. Fuck, they mad for. Right. But you went on and was like, you know what? Fuck it, I ain't going to let that ruin my day. Right. You know what I'm saying? But once that person would have been like, oh, I got this, that, and the third, you'd have been like, oh, shit.
All right.
Now you worried about it all day. Now you probably fucking skipping school to go be with that person or doing some shit you ain't got no business doing to try to help that person. So sometimes it may not be in your best interest to know right away. So I don't know.
Okay. And this is our last question of today's session, you guys. Is death something you ever get over?
No. I don't feel like you do.
I don't feel like you do either. I definitely think it's they say this phrase, it gets better with time. I think that truly is what it is. Because when you definitely first going through it, it's just like it's horrible. It is confusing. It's horrible. Yeah. And I think the biggest deaths that you probably can have in your life is the passing of your parents. Yeah. And I think that when my mom passed away, it was confusing. I didn't understand it. I didn't know why it happened. I didn't know why it happened so quickly. And at the age of 15, I don't think there's no child that can understand, okay, your mom is not going to be around any longer, so you're going to have to figure out this thing called life pretty much by yourself. Because the people that are in your life are your brothers, and their mom just died too. So they're going to be healing their own self. So you have to try to find a way to process it and still don't let it hinder you. Because I used to think that, when my mom passed away, there was a direction I could have took. I could have been angry and hate the world and like, why you took my mom but you let everybody else's mom be around? Yeah. But my mentality is always, I want to make her proud. So I hope that if she's looking down from heaven, she's like, that last one right there, that Cedric Sanders, that one I had right there, that's the one, and he made me so proud. So that's my thing with that. And I think it gets better with time. You start looking at it differently. And you start kind of realizing how life really works. Because if I always say if my mom didn't pass away, this would have never happened. And it's crazy how you put those pieces together. You be like, everything happens when it's supposed to happen for a reason.
Yeah. It hit different with a child too.
It does.
Yeah. I know when I lost my son, it was just like I went through 9 months, set up the room, expecting everything, and then this gone. Now what? So it hit different. It's to this day I never, not to say that a miscarriage is any better, but you would prefer a miscarriage to actually have. I had to have a C-section, so to actually have to have the baby, and then it's just you can't even take your baby home in the morning. So it hit different.
Yeah, it does.
It hit different. I would say you are probably one of the strongest females I know. Because when you did go through that situation, a lot of people came up to me and said, "How is Shunda doing?" And the first thing that came out of my mouth was, "I've known Shunda for a long time. She probably is the strongest woman I know. It's gonna hurt, but she's gonna work through it."
I did. Thank you.
No problem.
Yep,
no problem.
Did. They tried to put me on medicine. I'm like, I ain't taking that. I'm sad. I ain't depressed.
My dog going through it, but she's has always been that strong female, and she's gonna move through it. What about you, KP?
My dad was one of the parents that I lost my senior year in high school. 2 months before he died, my granddad died.
Wow.
Yeah, and I actually got to see my granddad before he died, and nobody had to tell me that he was dying. I was in the room with him by myself, and I'm a very spiritual person, so it was like this. I honestly can't explain what it was, but it was this shadow in the room because it was me, him, my mom, my little brother, and his wife. But my mom, my little brother, and his wife, they went to the store, and I was like, yeah, I'll just chill, I'll kick it. I ain't really trying to be in the car with y'all anyway. So, and we was chilling, and the moment they left and the door closed, I swear to God, like, you could feel it. Like, it was his presence, literally. Like, it felt to the top of the room, and I knew he was dead. And I went home, and I got in the shower, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried. And sure enough, a couple of days later, he was dead. And it was just like, I told my mom asked me about it, because she knew something was off with me. And she's like, why you didn't tell me? And I'm like, how do I explain that? You know what I'm saying? Like, in that moment, like, I'm just supposed to walk up to you and be like, yeah, your dad's probably finna die, like, for sure. And then, 2 months later, I was at school getting ready for football practice, and my mom was like, yo, I'm coming to get you. And for my mom to come pick me up before practice, either I'm in trouble or some shit going on, or like she don't want some money or something, but she didn't sound, excited. So she's like, I'm coming to get you. When she came and got me, we sat in the car, and she just looked at me, and I was like, all right, what's up, Mom? She just looking, and I'm like, all right, Mom, come on. Either I'm finna go to practice or we finna go home. She's like, I got something to tell you. I was like, all right, what's up? She was like, your dad died. And my dad's like, he was like really into the streets. So it's just like, sometimes you'll hear some shit about him, and then I would see him the next day and be like, nigga, you all right. You all right. You ain't dead. Nigga, you all right. You ain't shot. You ain't dead. But he was actually gone, and it took me all of a week to process all of those emotions. And my brother on my dad's side, who I grew up with, he was actually in jail at the moment, and then he went on suicide watch. So to know my dad is dead, and to know that my brother could possibly also be dead, and he was really the only person I could share or express that emotion with, because I mean, outside of me and him, like, he had, my dad had his own family, wife and shit, but everybody else is just like, oh, you live by the gun, you die by the gun, you in the streets, what do you expect type shit. So I didn't even know how to comprehend those emotions, and like literally like a month or two ago, we had a conversation, me and my brother, and like he called me and he brought it up, and it was just like, I was able to, all that shit I was holding in, to hear him say it to me, I was like, oh my God, I can finally talk about this shit to somebody who understand how I feel. And it was good though. But yeah, losing my dad, that was like the hardest thing to get over, because I mean, he wasn't like in my life, but he taught me enough, you know what I'm saying, for me to be like, oh shit, my dad's dead. But yeah, it was tough, man.
Well, people, that is today's session called The Cycle. You start somewhere in the middle, and then you end. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. It's your boy, The Amazing King, coming to you live and in color, bringing that so amazing touch. Make sure you follow me at AmazingIam_ on IG. Also follow the podcast page at Ready For It _1. I just had to make sure I got it right, because I was finishing my Facebook. The Lord is still working on me. KP?
Up jumps the boogie. It's your boy Parker 67_. Y'all go check me out.
And my friend Shunda, where can they find you at?
Pretty _girl Reese 24 on IG.
When this episode, we're going to tag her IG, you guys. Come out. We appreciate you guys. You guys have a blessed day. Get ready for it.